everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you a design using some pigment and some glitter and a bit of freehand nail art. I'm drawing off my hard gel overlay just because I cut down my length quite a lot, so I don't really need the overlay so much, although I do still have an extension on my middle finger there because I broke it. So I'm starting off with Bluesky base coat, just popping that on all my nails nice and thin. You can see I'm using I don't re-dip my brush, I use just what's on the brush for all 4 nails, and even then that's still quite a lot of base coat. Then I'm going in with this colour, DC31, on my pinky finger and my pointer finger. This is going to be a base for the pigments. You could just go straight in with your pigments if you want to, or use a colour that is similar to your pigments as a base, or even a white. You do whatever you like. But I'm just using this one because I always run out of white, so I try not to use white when I don't have to. And two, I don't know, I just wanted to use a base rather than just go straight onto the base coat. Make sure you clean up any bits that didn't quite go as planned before you cure it. And then on my other 2 fingers, I'm using 80503, which is a lovely bronze colour. This is going to be the base for my glitter. I do 2 coats of both colours, obviously curing between each layer. You don't need the colour to be fully opaque, but you kind of want it to be not too patchy. But then again, if it's patchy, you just end up doing more coats of the glitter or the pigment. It's not a huge deal. Right, so once I've got those 2 coats on, I'm going in with this pigment. It's actually an eyeshadow, so it's shimmery, and a fluffy brush, and I just kind of pat it onto the tacky layer. These nails are fully cured, and then once I've patted it on, I brush it in and really burnish it into the nail. And you can see this is quite a nice pale colour, but this wasn't quite the colour I was going for. I wanted it to look more like the pigment, so I ended up doing a second coat, which you'll see in a second. Then I cleaned off my brush, and this is pretty much the same method but with glitter. Just pat it on and then burnish it in until it's smooth. Again, you could do a second coat with glitter if you want to, but I didn't feel like it today, so I just did the 1 coat of glitter. I've got 2 top coats. I have one for my pigment and one for my glitter, and then I also have another one for final top coat. You don't have to have that many, but if you don't have separate top coats, you might want to wipe off your brush between doing the different nails. So top coat your pigment nails, top coat your glitter nails. Get any glitter off the nail before you cure it if it's not supposed to be on there. I'm using a separate top coat to top coat my glitter. You definitely need to top coat your glitter before going in with the freehand nail art. It will make it a lot easier and smoother, and it will just look better in the end. So now I'm going in with my second coat of pigment. Again, the same method, just patting it on and then rubbing it in to the inhibition tacky layer of the gel polish. You could do even more coats if you wanted to, if you want it to be even darker, but obviously it's not going to go any darker than the actual pigment of the pigment. So now, before curing, I am, the top coat is cured, but I am now putting on some white gel polish with a detail brush, kind of long detail brush. I'm starting off with just an X in the middle of the nail. My X isn't exactly in the middle of the nail, but it's always so hard when you're on camera. So if you're not sure that you can get to the middle, maybe put a dot right in the center where you want your lines to intersect and then do it that way. It looks great even if it's not perfect. So once that's cured, I top coat my pigment nails again. You can kind of see that when you put the top coat on, it makes the pigment a little bit darker. I think it's kind of like the way, if you want your eyeshadow to be a bit more pigmented, you wet your brush and then put it on. So it's the same kind of thing. It does get a little bit darker when you put your top coat on. For now, I am putting in the, I don't know what you call these bits, the other bits of the X, doing two kind of triangle V-shaped bits in each section, trying to make them evenly even thickness, but like I said, it looks great even if it's not perfect. And because you've already cured the X, you can go in with a cleanup brush and clean up any mistakes. If you're not confident, you can do this line by line, cure it, section by section, cure it. There's no need to do the whole thing at once, because if you do it line by line, that way, if you mess up with your next line, you just wipe it off and start again, without having to start all over again, if you know what I mean. So you can see that's not perfect. I didn't quite leave enough gap on that side over there, but it doesn't really matter. Once you've cured that, you can then go back in and darken up any bits that need to be darkened up, thicken up any bits that need to be thickened up, you know, straighten up any lines that need to be straightened. Just really perfect the nail. Then do your full cure, and it's time to top coat all the nails again. I will suggest you definitely want to double top coat the pigment nails and the glitter nails, and make sure you cap the free edge so that your pigment doesn't start to, it doesn't get wiped off at the free edge. And then that is really the finished design. Once that is cured, wipe off your nail, it cleans up the pigment and it looks a lot neater. I just went for pigment on my thumbs, but you could do whatever you like. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe found something useful. Keep an eye out for a pigment ombre design in one of my next videos. I think that might be the next design I do on my fingers, or maybe a client if I can find one that wants an ombre. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.